Your fit rappers, sit back, I'm about to sit back, sit back, I'm about to begin. Sit back, I'm about sit back, I'm about to begin.
Wide receiver room, and I know this has been the topic of conversation for Chiefs fans all offseason, primarily here. You guys know how Trevor and I have stood on the grounds we've stood when it comes to the wide receiver room. You guys know that I believe this room is still very much something that I worry about, although there looks to be a lot of young star potential. That's what it is right now. We don't really know anything about what these guys can be in live action. Even Sky Moore, a guy that Trevor and I are both very big on, had 250 yards last season, 0 touchdowns before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so
rookie.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm saying is this wide receiver room is going to be based on potential, which is why I'm leaning into it completely. If the Chiefs are telling me this is how they want to do it, then I'm going to go by what they say.
It's exciting, honestly. It's exciting, man.
Yes, and let me specify real quick why I am still staying with the fact the Chiefs are going to keep 6 wide receivers. It's the history of Andy Reid, and I'm actually going to show you guys a little excerpt real quick, if it's all right with you, Trevor, because I don't want to take too much time because we got to get through every single one of these. But Yahoo had a nice article that came out this week, and it says, keep in mind that the Chiefs have kept only 5 receivers on their initial 53-man roster each of the past 2 seasons. They only kept 5 in each of their 2 Super Bowl seasons. That worked out okay. During Andy Reid's time in Kansas City, though, they have stashed 6 wideouts, 6 different occasions. So I reviewed those 6 instances, wondering whether it proved worthwhile and what kind of benefit the 6th option provided. The simple answer, not much of one. In fact, the Chiefs rarely get much offense production out of their 5th wideout, let alone their 6th. In 2020, the most recent year the Chiefs held out on to 6, Marcus Kemp was that 6th man, and he finished the season with 1 catch for 11 yards in 11 games. Sure, he had a bigger role on special teams, but the difference this season is keeping 6 versus 7 might be Justin Ross, and he isn't known as a special team wizard. In 2018, when quarterback Patrick Mahomes topped 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, only 4 receivers on the roster topped 35 offensive snaps. Not in a game, but for the entire season. Think about that. The 5th receiver, DeAnthony Thomas, averaged only 2 offensive snaps per game. He had the 5th most receptions amongst wideouts, and he had 3. 5th place, 3 catches. The more I researched these instances, the more obvious it became every occasion. And he goes down a list throughout the years of guys that played the 5th spot that barely produced. This is why I've been trying to hone in on the reality of the situation the Chiefs have at wide receiver. Maybe all 5, 6, 7 guys are awesome. Or maybe there's just more of the same of what Andy Reid's been doing, and Andy Reid knows this. You guys tell me all the time, Andy Reid knows this better than you, Lance. Well, he also knows it better than you, too. And if he's been holding on to 5, maybe 6, that means that's where he's going to continue to go, guys, because he knows this better than all of us, right? Let's keep that same energy when it comes to preaching that. I think that they're going to keep 6, though, because of the fact that I think that Justin Ross is making this roster. And I'll tell you where. But I'm going to start at the top. Kadarius Toney looks like he's going to play week 1. Every sign, signal points to he will be ready. At first, we were worried he might miss the first month. Adam Schefter's report, the way Andy Reid's been talking, it sounds like he's going to be there week 1. So I have Kadarius Toney at the top of my wide receiver room. Then it's Sky Moore, MVS, Richie James, Rashee Rice, and that's right, Justin Ross. I know you guys are wondering, why isn't Justin Watson there? Because I think he's getting traded. I don't think that he's going to be on this roster. I think he's either getting traded or he's getting cut. I know that because he had the touchdown last week, even myself are thinking, oh, fuck, he's going to make this roster now. But if I'm looking at the historics of things and the way Andy Reid's kept 5 to 6 receivers every single year, and if I look at the way this wide receiver room is being built based upon young potential, why in the hell wouldn't Andy Reid lean in that completely? Justin Watson is not a good enough veteran to justify a spot in this rotation if Andy Reid's going to keep 5 to 6 receivers and it's built upon young potential. Justin Watson's not young, and he doesn't have a star potential. Lean in it completely. Go with the 6 guys that you got right now.
But I think context matters here, and this, I think, will be an outlier year for Andy Reid. I know you talked about the 6 receivers, but I think this is a year to carry 7, and I do have him carrying 7 because we don't have an alpha in this room. This is the first time in Andy Reid's tenure here as the Chiefs head coach that he doesn't have an alpha receiver in this room. Tyreek Hill, we didn't have to worry about carrying that many receivers because he was vulturing so much targets, taking so much percentage, and was getting most of the work in the volume in the wide receiver room. Juju was after him. Juju was an alpha receiver for this team. He led the team in receiving yards and was the guy. Now this year we have a bunch of young bucks. We got an aspiring young rookie here, and Rashee Rice, who's looks to be deadly after the catch. I still am tampering my expectations on him. But I do think he could have a solid production as a rookie this season due to opportunity. And I think a lot of these guys have opportunity, and I think we have to carry 7 this year because, and Justin Watson being one of the few guys that's left here that actually has the trust and has a lot of reps with Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think trading that away makes a lot of sense to me, personally, in my opinion. And I still think I think if there is going to be an alpha that arises to the top in this passing game, I think it is going to be Kadarius Toney. I think he's going to be the most productive as long as he stays healthy. And we can talk about the health, that's fine. But I'm not banking on him getting hurt. I'm looking at this as a full season projection. I think he's going to be the best. So I got Kadarius Toney, number one. NES, the field stretcher we need. And I think Sky Moore is going to have a really good year this year. So I got Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Rashee Rice, Richie James, and Justin Ross. I do have 7 receivers.